Hello and welcome back. The following problem is asking us to balance the following equation. Remember, when you start to balance your chemical equations, to always place variables in front of your reactants and products. So A, B, C, D, and E. I like to solve and balance chemical equations the algebraic way. If you follow these steps, you will always get the correct answer. This is going to be a little bit more challenging of a balancing of equations because we're going to have to set up multiple systems of equations. But before we begin, remember to always assign a value to one of your variables. In this case, I'll assign A is equal to 1. Let's go ahead and first solve for hydrogen and balance hydrogen first. So hydrogen, we have one hydrogen on the left, so 1A is equal to 2E on my right. So we know what A is equal to, so 1 times 1 is equal to 2E. E is equal to 1 half. E is equal to 1 half. Okay, let's then let's go ahead and solve for nitrogen. So nitrogen is equal to 1A on the left and 2C plus 1D. Remember, for your subscripts, you have to distribute them out. However, in this case, we can't actually solve for a variable because we only know one out of the three variables. So in order to solve for one of these, we're going to have to set up a second system of equations. Let's go ahead and solve for oxygen. So we have 3A on the left is equal to 6C plus 1D plus 1E. In this case, we know what A is equal to and what E is equal to, so we go ahead and solve for one of these variables and plug it in. We're going to solve for this one for D. D will be equal to 1A minus 2C. Let's go ahead and plug that in to the following equation. 3A is equal to 6C plus 1A minus 2C plus 1E. Once you set that up, we know what A is equal to, we know what E is equal to, so we can go ahead and place all our variables to one side of the equation and leave C by itself on the right side. So we have 3A minus 1A, which will be 2A, and we have subtract each side by 1E, which is equal to 4C. We know what A is equal to and we know what E is equal to. So we know A is 1 minus 1 half is equal to 4C. So we have 3 over 2 is equal to 4C. C is equal to 3 over 8. Well, now that we've solved for C, we can then plug it back into this equation to solve for D. So we have D is equal to 1 minus 2 times 3 over 8, which ends up equaling D is equal to 2 over 8. Well, perfect. We've solved for A, we've solved for C, and we've solved for D. All we have to do is solve for B in this case, and we can go ahead and set up this equation. We can say, for copper, 1B is equal to 1C. So B will also be equal to 3 over 8. However, are we done with balancing our chemical equation? No, you're right. We have fractions. In order to get rid of our fractions, we have to find a common denominator amongst our fractions. In this case, 8 will be the common denominator. We're going to multiply all of our fractions and variables by 8. So in this case, 1 times 8 is 8. For B, 3 8 times 8 will be equal to 3. Same thing for C. D, 2 8 times 8 will be equal to 2. And for E, it will be equal to 4. I know this problem was a little bit more complicated because we had to set up a number of different systems of equations. However, if you always solve it in an algebraic way, you'll always get the right answer no matter what. Just remember, you have to assign a variable to one of your components. Thank you.